2 Pro EVA Edition video for you, and I'm going to try out some other PS3 games. Now, I put a bunch of PS3 games on here, including games that you guys requested. Obviously, it's a weekday, so I'm not going to be able to get to everything, but throughout the duration of spreading out all of these videos of live gameplay videos, I'm going to try to see if I can get to a majority of these games, okay? Let's start with Resistance 2. So let me show you guys my settings here. Resistance 2. So what I did... Oh, before you guys do anything related to playing any kind of first-person shooters on this device through the PS3 emulator, what you want to do is make absolutely sure that you go to the controller settings and turn both stick dead zones down. I don't know if you guys can see that right here, but I have both stick dead zones turned all the way down. Why? Because I was playing Resistance 2 and I couldn't aim to save my life. And I'm realizing slowly but surely that it's not that the analog sticks suck on this device. Analog sticks are relatively well, considering that they're not full-size analog sticks. But it's rather the fact that a lot of these programs and a lot of Steam games default you to having massive dead zone. I guess they call themselves trying to save you from, you know, stick drift. And remember, we have on the OneXPlayer 2 EVA Edition Pro, we have no dead zone. We have Hall based sensors, so we don't need to waste our time trying to allow emulation to dictate whether or not you have a dead zone on your analog sticks. Another thing you want to do is make sure you go over to game patches, okay? Once you get to game patches, let me open this up big screen so you guys can see it. Once you get to game patches, you're going to click on this, show only show only games, right? It's going to show all the games that you have that there's patches for, okay? And for example, we're looking at Resistance. We have Unlock FPS, which means we should make it to 60 FPS. Resistance 2 is not a game that passed 30 FPS. So those kind of things are very useful, especially for games such as Silent Hill Homecoming, which never had a 60 FPS patch. Even on a PC version is locked at 30 FPS. You have to go through all kinds of stuff in order to get 60 FPS. So don't forget to look through the game patches for your particular game, okay, when you're playing the PS3 emulator. A lot of things will help. If you're having performance issues, like, you know, I had performance issues in Dead Space in the last stream, if you guys saw it. Dead Space is unfortunately not in this list, but if we had performance issues with Dead Space, we could probably turn down some crap like we did with PC games. In Dead Space 2's case, it seemed like the performance issues were induced by all of the random gas explosions that was happening in the background. Okay, so, you know, God of War, you know, we got God of War HD. They have true widescreen. They fix things. So a lot of game fixes here that, you know, a lot of people just don't know about, and they're kind of sad because then they're stuck playing in a terrible way. I always have MLAA off, and this has an all series, all versions where you could just select all of that if you wanted to, and it patches multiple games. But then you have these individual games for individual games that's in your list. You can always click download the latest patches. It'll download the latest patches. You apply them after you check everything you need, and we're good to go. So let's try Resistance 2 real quick. Now, I did mess around with this game, so I did the first load. Anytime you're loading a game for the first time on the PS3 emulator, okay, it might actually take a long time to start up. This is very unfortunate, but for instance, Metal Gear Solid took like an hour for the first boot, and by the time I was ready to boot, I had to leave from work. So I actually did not try out Metal Gear Solid 4, but we're going to try it today in this stream because I've wasted an hour and some change of my life waiting on the PPUs to load and all that stuff. So just so I could test it because somebody requested to test it. But yeah, welcome everybody in. I hope the stream quality is good. I turned up the stream quality a little bit better than it was last stream. Hopefully my voice is coming through correctly. I don't know. I'm hoping so. And hopefully the stream is actually online. I don't know that either. I have not checked. Let me just check real quick. Yep, I'm live. Okay, I just wanted to double check because my computer glitches sometimes. Alright, give me a second, guys, before we get into Resistance 2. I just want to go to YouTube real quick. Switch account. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah, I kind of wanted to make this video during the weekend, but unfortunately this weekend was very busy. It's good. A good busy. It was a very productive weekend. Got a lot of things done, but nevertheless, very busy. I didn't have a chance to live stream or make any videos, but this upcoming weekend is a holiday weekend, so I'm definitely gonna have a lot of time, and I do not have guitar classes this weekend also because of the holiday. I'll definitely have a lot more time to do some streaming and stuff like that. If this is your first time on my channel, thanks so much for coming through. And if you're going to see this video later, I'm going to leave time stamps for every game so you can bypass all my useless babbling. Okay? Save you guys the torture. Alright? So, I'm playing this on the OneXPlayer 2 Pro EVA Edition, and it's with a through the T5 because I don't have 2 terabytes dedicated to PS3 games. Oh, you know what I'm noticing right now? My metrics are gone. I wanted to have those metrics up so you guys can see the metrics. So let me close this. For some reason, One X console doesn't like opening up all of a sudden, so it's a little strange ever since I plugged it into HDMI. Okay, let's show main menu. All right, let's restart One X console real quick. I don't know what's going on with it. One X console is glitched. Yep, it's definitely glitched. So I don't know. Know why. Excuse the desktop. I know it's a mess. Not my intention. Yeah, One X console is glitching. That's very unfortunate. I want to show you guys the metrics. And River Tuner is also gone. I don't know why. Let's open up MSI Afterburner so we can have some kind of metrics going on. Update to River Tuner is available. Absolutely not. We're not going to update anything. Everything's working the way we want it. Let's leave it be. All right, so let's open up Resistance. So I have Resistance, as you guys saw, the 60 FPS patch. So it should run nice and crispy, like bacon on eggs. And if you guys took my advice at the beginning of the video, beautiful thing is I'll be able to aim. And I'm not seeing any metrics. Very unfortunate. All right. So I guess there ain't going to be metrics on this video unless I play in windowed. But you guys will be able to see pretty much how the game is running. That's the main thing. Want to get FPS up there, but One X console is being bested. But yeah, I was playing this on the bus on the way home from work and was having a blast with it. Good to be able to play Resistance 2 on the go. I never played Resistance 3, but I'm glad to have relived Resistance 2. So let's go to co-op, offline game, create a game. I'm gonna select class. I use special ops. Special ops is good and bad. You can't heal yourself. So you just die. When you die, you die. Now, some shaders should be loaded depending on the area that they start me in. So hopefully we don't have to see shaders catching.
Recon just discovered a large explosive device planted inside one of the subway tunnels. We're using those tunnels to resupply all our ground units in the area.
Oh no.
Locate and disarm
I remember
that bomb
this.
before it buries our supply route.
I remember this area.
Descend to the subway level and locate the bomb.
Back in the days. But yeah, it's playing really smooth. I love how smooth it's playing. This is a very dangerous area. I might die instantaneously. But, like I said, make sure you take the dead zones off so you can actually aim down a sight.
Move down to the subway level and search for the bomb.
Now, I remember we get ambushed over here. I played this game with my dad many years ago, and we destroyed this game, man. Meaning, we dominated this game. And we had a strategy for every monster. Oh man, the gameplay is so good. I'm so happy that we're able to play Resistance 2. I remember at some point I have to run for my life back to the beginning of the level. Because they have monsters that run up towards you. Run up at you. At some point. So I don't remember when that triggers, so I might die here. Because you can't heal yourself. I think as soon as I go down there.
The bomb is on the opposite side of the tracks. Eliminate the hostiles guarding it and get it disarmed.
I remember this. I remember this strategy we had to do. Because these creatures, when they hit you, you die. One hit. Very scary stuff. They're all downstairs. They're all downstairs. This game was scarier than a lot of horror games I played. Just playing this co-op. Excuse me? Keep your grunting to yourself. I hear footsteps. I hear drooling. What's going on? I don't remember what way is safe. I'm definitely going to die here. Hello? Anyone home? I hear growling. I hear this. I hear the horrible sounds of a growling creature. But I see no enemies. And neither does my weapons. Hello? Don't you come down here. Well, they're not smart enough to walk up the steps. Okay. See, unless you're a healer, you can't heal yourself in this game. That's unfortunate. So when you get killed, you get killed. Oh, oh, oh. I don't like how this is going. This is not going the way I want it to go. Gentlemen, I've got a question for you. Man, it's dangerous. It's playing better than it plays on the PS3. That's what's amazing. Remember, PS3 is capped at 30 FPS. Stick your head out. Come on. I just want to talk to you. Alright. Now we're cooking with bacon. Where's he hiding? Don't you cry in my direction. What the hell's that noise? Was that it? Oh, I think they come back when as soon as you go near the train station. Okay. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go near the train station and we're gonna run for our lives. Okay? Like little scared puppy. Huh? Do I have to jump in the tracks? That what we're doing? No? Okay. Still nothing? As soon as they get activated, they're gonna come running out. I remember this. It was a lot of years ago, but I do remember. I'll never forget it.
You've got incoming hostiles. Defend the soldier disarming the bomb.
Incoming hostiles. Multiple incoming hybrids. This is scary, man. It's in my ear, too. Where are they coming from? What are they plotting? What are they planning? What are they doing? Okay. They don't want to come up the steps. I get it. The hell? Gentlemen? I'm going to die as soon as I go downstairs. The sounds are getting closer. I'm not looking to die today. Okay? Not on stream. Well, they all in there. L3 to crouch, okay. Oh, they can't get out of the train station. Oh, it's the bugs. Oh! They can spit at you? Come on, man. That's illegal. Oh! Oh! Shit, they can come up. They're wise creatures. Where'd they go? They're all stuck in the train tracks. Why is my bullets not seeing them? What? Is it a glitch? So this is where I die. From spit. Anyway, as you guys see, it does work. Yeah, there's no healing yourself in this game, sadly. Very unfortunate. Alright. Okay. We've killed multiple incoming hybrids, but it's only a matter of time. Before the gods bestow upon me a death. I don't remember what happens here. I don't remember this far. Oh yeah, we had to do something. Hit a switch. Uh-oh. 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 What happens after I press the switch?
The bomb is disarmed. Good work, Spectre.
Okay. still alive. No ambush. Okay.
The Chimera is sending in reinforcements.
Excuse me?
Hold position and don't let them rearm the bomb.
Hold position? Huh? I got one touch and I'm dead. What reinforcements? Oh, they're on the other side. Huh. They're going in the train station. Multiple incoming hybrids. Multiple bastards. Hey, Hikari, what's going on? Oh, this is Resistance 2. This is Resistance 2. Playing one of the online modes. PS3 game. I'm not going to make it. I got one touch left. Gotta go out like a champion. Go out like a champion. I forgot how to activate. Forgot how to activate the special bullets. Oh, there we go. I knew I was gonna make it. He said, "Is this Tip Peng 2?" Oh no, this is Resistance 2. Resistance 2 is such a great game, guys. It's so underrated. It's very scary. And it's very, very fun multiplayer. Oh, that kind of energy weapon is similar to one of these cheap Russian movies. Only need to build energy weapons. Yeah, I know. You know, it's funny because it could have gotten inspiration from that. You know, Resistance is has a lot of very strange weapons. All right, so that was Resistance 2's offline multiplayer mode, which was super fun. This mode is the campaign mode. And quite frankly, I did beat the game, but it was so long ago, I don't remember the campaign too much. The performance is not going to be as good as the multiplayer mode. I mean, and that's because these levels are bigger. Oh, I got a rocket launcher? Excuse me? Don't give me a free rocket launcher.
I'll get the door. Cover me. Sir, we've located Dr. Malikov. He's on the northwest tarmac awaiting evac. Keep that bird grounded until I get the code. Have him radio me on this channel.
On the Steam Deck, it doesn't run as good as this. I'm sorry. But you can play PS3 on the Steam Deck. Uh-oh. It should be able to play this game though. I don't know about as good as this. Hey Nelson, what's happening? Welcome in. Who's shooting at me? Yeah, PS3 emulation works on the Steam Deck. I do still have my Steam Deck. It's not gonna work as good as this, that's for sure. But I mean, it depends on the game.
This is it. We found it.
This is one of the harder games to run, believe it or not. Resistance 2.
I've got Dr. Malikov.
I'm being shot at. I'm being shot at and I don't appreciate it. Don't appreciate getting shot in the back.
Code cannot be entered from that location without deactivating the perimeter shield. Fine. Just do it. You understand? The containment shielding will be lowered. Do it!
Do it!
Now enter Alpha.
Yeah, Resistance 2. It's a fun game. It's so fun, man. It's so underrated too. That's the sad part about it. Oh yeah, definitely. I think somebody told me Bloodborne was playable on the PS3 and the PS4 emulator. Actually, never tried it.
They are calling to us. Can you hear them? It is beautiful.
They're calling to us. Excuse me? Excuse me? Now remember, when it's your first time running these games, it still has to load shaders. But if you put async on, it'll load shaders while you're playing, so it will affect the performance very little bit compared to if you had the other alternative option. I forgot what the other option was. Is there like a flashlight? I can't see nothing. Oh, there we go. Flashlight. Oh, I'll take the carbine. But yeah, the most important thing about the PS3 emulator that I didn't peep until today is making sure that you have the dead zone set to 0 in settings on the emulator, because it's so much easier to aim. Now, not to say that I'm a master at aiming by any stretch of the imagination, especially with the performance, with the FPS going up and down. But man, is it so much better than it was. Exhaust ports. Oh, those things on his back. You said Killzone PS4? Oh yeah, that's also a classic. Oh, you said not playable yet? Just booting to in the PS4 RPCS? Oh, okay. I haven't tried that emulator. I've heard good things about it. Alright, that was Resistance 2. It plays, as far as I'm concerned, it plays kind of excellently. Especially the offline. I don't know if you guys see, I love the offline multiplayer mode, because I had history of playing this on my original PS3, this mode, with my dad, and we were playing split screen, and we would play for hours. We had such a tactical time with this game, is that we knew every level, like where to run, what to do. We had strategy on point. We never beat it though. We made it to the last level. The last level. It was super, super fun. Anyway, as you guys can see, I downloaded. Well, let's put it this way. I have more than 100 games. And these were all handpicked. I didn't just grab a bunch of random games. It was some games that you guys requested. It was some games that I wanted to have in my personal collection. There's a lot of stuff I pulled off of my PS3. I have my PS3 is modded, so it can play, like, you know, all these games and stuff. Yeah, I can try Ragnarok, but keep in mind, I haven't booted it before, so it might take a long time. Some games take a very long time to boot up the very first time you boot it. So I don't want you guys to have to stare at a blank screen. I feel kind of bad. Oh yeah? The PS Vita emulator is stepping up too. I have the latest PS Vita emulator. I got all my PS Vita games I took from my PS Vita and put it on the on this device. The PS Vita emulator is coming up too. So you might, even if you can't play it on the PS3 emulator for whatever reason, you might actually be able to run it on the Vita emulator. It's coming up pretty far. I was able to run a lot of games. That was another video I want to do. PS Vita emulation. Settings and everything. They have the PS Vita emulator right on my desktop here. My desktop is a mess, but it looks fine in 2560 by 1600. This is going out to a capture card, and the capture card is 1080p, so it's like threw off all my icons. But I have Vita 3K right here, and I have all my PS Vita games on this hard drive. And I've been trying out a bunch of PS Vita games, and there's a lot of games run good. And not only do they run good, but they can be upscaled. See, that's what I love about emulation. It's not so much being able to play the game on the PC, it's being able to manipulate it, upscaling it, you know, increasing the FPS. Resistance 2, just now we were playing, it never made it to 60 FPS. But now we can play it at 60 FPS, and that's what makes emulation so amazing. Okay, so this is my first time booting Ragnarok Odyssey. I don't know if this is compatible with the emulator. I just made sure I had it in my list because I think somebody asked me to try it. Just remember, this is first boot, so we might get like weird graphical glitches of it loading shaders, okay? But let's see how it plays. And if you guys want these games, obviously you can just rip them from your PS3. But of course, there's also websites where you can get games for absolute research purposes, okay? And I'm gonna leave a link in the description for research purposes. Okay, we're looking at the quality of the character. I don't know that that's the way it should look. The game looks like it's capped at 30 FPS. Let me see. Yeah, definitely 30 FPS. Let's get into gameplay and just and see. Because we have a lot of modifications we can do to make the game perform better and increase the FPS. In some games, you know, you can just add V-blank frequency. So this is my first time booting it, so we're gonna mess around with it like this. And then what I'm gonna do is mess with the settings and see if we can increase the performance a little bit. At least in terms of FPS. We could probably unlock the frame rate just by turning the V-blank frequency up. And that's a good or bad thing, because sometimes when you unlock the frame rate, the game runs at double speed. But VSync is definitely not turned on, so we got some horrible screen tearing. That's definitely something I'm going to have to enable in the settings. It looks relatively good. It's a little weird looking, like it feels like there's too much sharpness or something. But that could just be how the character models look. I haven't played this game on PS3. I played it on Vita though. I don't know if it was this particular one. This doesn't look familiar. I hope the movie clips are not very long.
Hello.
Get to gameplay immediately. Alright, we're in gameplay. Alright. So it's definitely capped at 30 FPS. But it definitely runs. You said it looks exactly how you remember it. Yeah, I played the Vita. I remember I played the Vita version. How far I got is a whole nother question. I don't think I got very far. Alright, the screen tearing is giving me OCD. So what I'm going to try to do is save it. And we're going to mess with some settings to try to see if we can increase the frame rate on RPCS3 settings. Can I save it or do I just start the whole thing over? Alright, let's mess around with some settings. Now, the beautiful thing about the fact that that game plays with no problem, and that was first boot, is that we can also upscale it if we want to, because we have room for it, because there was no issues with it. Okay, Ragnarok Odyssey Ace. So what I like to do whenever I'm messing with the settings, I like to go to the GPU, make sure VSync is turned on, asynchronous, multi-threaded, VSync. At least those three are on. They're very important. For most games. Then you want to go over to advanced, put V-blank NTSC fix up on, and you want to, if a game runs at 30 FPS and is capped at 30 FPS, and there's no mod, not mod, what's the thing they call it, to increase the frame rate, then you want to turn V-blank frequency to 120 hertz, right? And see how that plays. If it plays too fast, then just leave it at 60 hertz. If it unlocks the frame rate, which it does for a lot of games, then you're good to go. So let's try to run the game one more time. And if it still runs good, and then we can increase the resolution to 1080p. Oh yeah, and this is not the PSN version. I don't know if there's a PSN game. You will notice that some games run better or worse on the PSN version. Oh, look at that. Look at this. Beautiful 60 FPS. So this is what I'm talking about. So some games you just have to turn up the V-blank frequency and then you'll get 60 FPS. Doesn't work with every game. And sometimes it can make it run too fast. But let's see if it's gonna run too fast. Judging by the menus, it might run too fast. Let's see. Let's see. If I start darting all over the place, then we probably want to turn the V-blink frequency down a little bit. Okay. Looks like it's running too fast. So if it's running too fast, then what you got to do is you got to wait for them to have a 60 FPS patch if you want to play this at 60 FPS. Obviously, you don't have to. It's not one of those games that must be 60 FPS, but it always does look better for me with a smoother frame rate.
Hello.
But right now, it's just double the speed. Yeah, just double the speed. But the fact that it has enough power to double the speed and not glitch or lag means that you can turn the resolution up to 1080p. So, what did we learn from that? We learned the game is not able to run at 60, so we're going to turn V-blink frequency down. And default resolution on PS3 games is generally 720p. So let's turn V-blink frequency back down to 60 hertz. And then what we want to do is increase the resolution because the game runs great. Now, default resolution, I don't think you're supposed to mess with this. You're supposed to do the resolution scaling. You know, scale up the resolution 150%, which will leave it at 1920 by 1080p. Or if you're using a OneXPlayer to screen, you want to see if you can do 2560 by 1440 because they don't have a 2560 by 1600. There's in between. So 200% is 2560 by 1440. Not every game is going to play good on that resolution. But I like to try that first. And then if that doesn't work, then we switch to 1080p. Hey, thanks Hikari for coming out. I appreciate it. And yeah, have a good night. Sleep well. Okay, I thought I clicked on this. I guess I didn't. Let's double click it again. Now we should be this should be running at internal resolution of 2560 by close to 1600. I think it's 2560 by 1440. And it didn't, when we turned the V-blink frequency up, it did not alter the performance in a negative way. In fact, it was able to double the speed without any performance drop. So that means it should be able to run at this resolution. Or if not this resolution, it should be able to run at least 1080p. So we'll be able to see if it ever dips down lower than 30 FPS, then we probably should knock it down to 1080p. I'm gonna keep an eye on the frame rate here because I don't got my metrics. And it looks like we're good. It should be able to run at 2560 by 1600. So the full resolution of the 8.4 inch screen. Yep. And it looks a lot better than it did when it was looking on, when we were looking at 720p. So if I was going to play this game, this is the settings I would use until they unlock the frame rate with a patch.
Hello.
But at least you guys know that you can play this game. And you won't have any issues playing it. Because even it wasn't having any issues loading in new shaders. It loaded pretty instantly. Wow, he has a lot of life at the beginning of the game. What's up with that long life bar? Alright, so I don't want to get too far into this game. But as you guys can see, the game does work. And we are cooking with bacon. Let's try a different game real quick. You know, RPGs, you know how they are. We could be at it for hours. All right, let's try out Neverdead. Now, Neverdead has a 60 FPS patch, okay, which they did not have for a long time. This is something more recent. I just want to make sure that I have it enabled. We got multi-thread, asynchronous, right color buffer. So Neverdead, if you're going to play Neverdead, make sure you have right color buffers on or you will not get any picture. Very important something that they never really implemented like a fix for. And read color buffers. Make sure those are both on. Okay. I think actually only read color buffers was necessary. I don't remember. But let me turn off right color buffers, and if it still plays and we have character, then some kind of color buffers causes the game to have no picture. So I think I turned up the V blink frequency. I could be wrong. Let me double check. Advance. No, V blink frequency is 60. We're going to put that to 120 and save configuration. I don't know if it'll do it in real time, so we'll see. Never dead. I just want to see if the character shows up. If the character doesn't show up, then we gotta put read color buffers back on. Yeah, character didn't show up. So as a right color buffers, make sure right color buffers is on. A V blink frequency just caused stutter, so we're gonna turn V blink frequency back down to 60 and assume that the FPS patch fixed the problem. So we're gonna take read color buffers off. I think that's, and put right color buffers back on, because I knew it was one of them. It didn't need both. Let's try that again. Wild mosquito attack. Being attacked over here. So as you guys know, I can't stay on for too much longer. I'm going to run this game, and we're going to try one more game after that. And we're going to move on.
My name is Brian.
Yeah, so it was right color buffers. As you see, it's working. Feels like it's playing real smooth, really. What the? I don't remember that. Watch me do the Matrix. Watch me do the Matrix. Where'd you go, old lady? Neverdead. That felt really smooth, but I don't think that was 60.
Oh, give me a break. Can't you just let me sleep?
It says 60 though. Alright, let's get the gameplay outside with foliage and stuff, and then we're gonna see if it stays at 60 FPS or if it's under or if it's around 60.
Looks like we're the only loonies
Close.
here.
An abandoned mental asylum. A couple reported that they saw some kind of monster running around.
So we're
What are they
at
doing in here?
about
No
30
idea.
FPS.
Cheap thrills, maybe? The police said they got
Now
out
this
a few
claims it
rounds,
has
but
an
no
unlocked
effect.
FPS
So that's where
patch.
you come in.
You're more than
So
capable.
that means it's capable of going to
Took so long
60.
getting
We're
your
just
act
not there
together
yet
earlier
with
that I
this
didn't have time to pick up any
particular
ammo.
All right,
APU.
fine. Let's just get it done, shall we?
Alright. Oilage. So it looks like this game is playable at 30 FPS, which is strange because it wasn't playable on the 6800U. But it could have been some improvements that they did with the emulator. You know, they always having updates, so I can't blame that on the 6800U, but I'm glad it is playable because it's looking really good. 7840U action. 30-watt TDP is really doing some magical things.
Please, ladies first.
Bryce, this door is locked. Get in from above and open it from the inside.
Yes, princess.
Hurry now.
Yes, princess. Now, if you guys never played this game, a lot of people would say you're not missing anything. I would say it's a very underrated game, and it's also a PlayStation 3 exclusive.
Bryce,
So definitely something that you should check out.
You two work so early in the morning.
Chief, it's no problem whatsoever, sir. After all, it's early for you too.
I can't expect my people to be out working at this hour without some support.
Yeah, well, I'm not one of your people.
Apologies if I offended you. How are you anyway, Bryce?
Not bad. I won't be dying anytime soon.
Great to hear it. You've got your radios. I'll keep tabs on you from HQ. If you need anything, let me know.
So yeah, if you just follow my settings, you'll be able to play this game very easily, no issues. As you can see, plays great. It's not 60 FPS, but it's 30, and this game was locked at 30. I do have a patch enabled that says unlock the frame rate, but it could be that it's just not passing 60, right? I mean, passing 30, or a little over 30 sometimes, because that this APU cannot handle making it to 60.
Bryce, do you copy?
Yeah,
Open this door with that panel.
and if I don't,
It doesn't bother me. Your pitiful life will merely end there.
too bad.
Nothing like popping your leg off.
As you know, I'm not in
You say it like it's a bad thing.
so you have to protect me. If you lose me, just go pick them up and straighten yourself out. Come on, use the combat rule.
Well, thank you for the explanation, dollface.
When you're only left with your head, just stick it back onto your torso.
I can always grow it back after a little while, though.
Okay, can
It's
I leave?
open.
Thank you very much.
But as you guys can see, this plays well. Only thing I wish that this game had was a better aiming targeting system, like a lock on.
I'm not the princess.
Everything is free fire.
A dead end.
Chief?
I think Bryce might be able to resolve this problem with his butterfly blade.
I'll give it a shot.
Butterfly. Excuse me? Oh yeah, I got this. I forgot how to use this. It's been a while. What? How do you swing the blade?
That's it. You
I
picked
thought
on
this
the
was
wrong
simple to
girl.
do. It's been a while. I don't remember what... They didn't tell me what to do. How do you swing the blade? Tutorial? Butterfly blade. Says use R to swing your blade. L1 to target it. Okay.
Christ, look! There's a spoon!
What is that?
Dangerous for a spoon.
Guns aren't effective against them. Butterfly blade on your back.
So this is one of those games that have loud music over the person's voice. We're trying to hear the people talking. We can't hear the people talking. But the music is so damn loud. Okay? I don't know about you guys, but I'm not a big fan of that. And we need to turn some gamma up. It's so dark. Alright, we're good now. Here we go. That's right. Better recognize. Better recognize. I'm the man with the blade. Oh. Blade power. Increase attack power by 10%. How much money do I have? Ooh. 14,000. Got 14 G's. We do aim snap. We do blade power. That's cool. There we go. Thanks for the freebie. Oh, I blew myself up. That's fun. That's also fun. Lost a limb. Alright, we're good. Anyway, great game. Mindless, senseless, wild action. And they put a lot into this game, and it's a shame that they never remastered it. But very fun game, Neverdead. Did I ever beat this game? Absolutely not. Would I like to beat this game? Absolutely. And now that I see it's playable on the handheld, I will be playing it. Alright, so let's try a different game. Look, I'm in the pause menu, it's still 30 FPS, so I don't know that 60 FPS patch even works. All right, guys, we're gonna play one more game. Unfortunately, I'll have to end the stream afterwards because of the time. But I'm glad I have this set up and I can do streams. So that's cool. Let's try Star Ocean 5. Integrity and Faithlessness. Now, funny story about Star Ocean 5 Integrity and Faithlessness. It only came out in Japan. However, this is supposed to be an English patched file. So, what does that mean? Well, that means that well, we're going to try to run it and see if it's in English. Now, the issue I've had with this particular file is when I ripped it and put it on this emulator, for whatever reason, I can't run it after the first time running it. So I have to restart the whole computer in order to run it once after I run it the first time. So it'll usually run this time, but that was several updates ago, so we're gonna see if it made any changes. You know, the PS3 emulator, every other day they have an update. Sometimes twice a day. Like today, they had 2 updates today. So whatever you see here might not be the same when you actually try it yourself. But the main thing I'm trying to show is that these games do work. You know what? I wanted to try Metal Gear also. Damn. I'm gonna try to squeeze in Metal Gear also, because Metal Gear is a game that took a long time to install. And I might as well put it in this video because I'm trying to help somebody else play it. But you know what? I'll save that for the next video, for the next time we go live. I'm gonna try to, go live a little often. So hopefully I can make these live videos consistent, And I'm gonna continue to do my regular standalone PS3 specific games also. So look out for that. PS3 game videos. Hopefully this loads. It's very tricky. It loads when it wants to. And sometimes it crashes. So let's see if this English patch worked. I think this game eventually came out on PS4. Perhaps in English. I'm not sure. I just hope they let me skip the movie clip so we can see gameplay. As you guys see, I haven't booted this yet. So it has to compile shaders. So it will be glitchy the first time around. Ooh, 60 FPS. Oh, don't tell me you crash. Don't tell me you crash. It's too early to crash. It's too early to crash. Okay, I crashed. Damn. Well, this is a game I really want to work, but I haven't quite found the settings yet to run it perfectly. So what happens now is, now that it has crashed, let's see if it still does what it used to do before several updates, that once it crashes once, you cannot play it again unless you restart the entire computer. Let's see. If it goes to a black screen of death, then it's the same. See where it says released by Impulse 2018? That's supposed to be an English patch. I did see English words, but we didn't get an opportunity to get into game. And therefore, I don't know if the English patch really worked. Yeah, so access violation location, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't boot after you attempt to play it once until you restart the whole computer. I've gotten to gameplay before. Long time ago, but it looks like it's the same BS. Nobody really worked on it. So, all right, so we have time. So let me check out Metal Gear Solid 4. And that's going to be the last game we check out tonight. And we're going to try to mess with the settings, get it to run good. As you guys can see, I handpick all these games. And some of them are games that you guys requested. And I'm going to try to get to all of them as much as I can. So let's go to Metal Gear Solid. Let's go to configuration file. Let's see what we can do in order to make this game run decent. Now, I did boot it before, but I didn't get past that. I didn't get past booting it because I was so frustrated from how long it took to boot. So we're going to put VSync on, multi-thread RSX, and asynchronous. Asynchronous multi-threaded. And then we're going to go over to VBlank. We're going to activate VBlank NTSC fix-up. And I don't know if this is a 60 FPS game or not, but we're going to put the VBlank frequency up to 120 Hertz, just in case it's not a 60 FPS game, and that'll fix it. We won't know anything until we run it the first time. It might make it run at super fast speed. So this is very experimental stuff that we're doing here. But I want to get this game hooked up so I can, show you guys the settings, and the person that's trying to play this game also would like to see the settings as well. So I'm trying to see if I can hook them up, because they said they couldn't even boot the game. I got the game booted. Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots. Hopefully it's not one of those games that just crash right at the beginning of the game where you don't get any gameplay. Like Faithlessness and Integrity. Or it has to go through the installing process. I hate games that have to do this because it takes very long. And Yakuza Ishin had to do this, and I was never able to get the gameplay. It stuck at 18%, Never passed it, but I never tried it again. And because I didn't want to stare at a long loading screen, just like Metal Gear Solid 4, where we're staring at a person smoking a cigarette. Does look like it's playing at the correct speed because it doesn't look like he's speeding past the cigarette. So I think the V-blink frequency might have allowed us to have 60 FPS on this game. So, to be honest, it's not a game that I have played before, so I don't know if it natively runs 60 FPS on the PS3. My best friend was a huge Metal Gear Solid fan, and he played all of them. I, on the other hand, have not played any of them, and I know I'm missing out because I know it's a good game. I think the only one I played was whatever the latest one is. I think it was 5, and I played it for a video on YouTube because somebody wanted to see if it ran on Intel. I think it was 1165 G7 or 1160 G7. And I said, yo, this game is kind of fun, but I want to play the others. I think it started off where he was in the hospital suffering, and I'm like, what is going on? What did Solid Snake get himself into? I'm sorry for babbling on. I am a little tired. And when I'm tired, I babble. If this is your first time here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be doing a lot more live streams, especially with PS3 emulator and then PS Vita emulator. And I might do some Nintendo Switch streams as well. But ultimately, you know, this channel is based on individual videos of certain games and their settings, so it could be easier for people to find. I like doing these collage videos of multiple games. But I realized that doing the collage videos of multiple games is actually better to live stream them, because when I do the really long videos that are like 30-40 minutes in 4K, what happens is I run out of space on my phone, and it takes forever to upload, 2-3 days to upload fully before I can post it. So the live stream is a little bit better. I can live stream it in 1080p. We can play multiple games, and we can have a conversation while I'm streaming, while I'm playing. And I can also show you guys the settings, and we can go through some trial and error and game testing like we're doing now. And then it can also be ran back and looked at later. So I think this is a better solution overall. My personal opinion, you know, it's up to you guys. You guys are the viewers. All right, we're almost there. We're at 70%. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, the like button, all those wonderful things. Bacon, eggs, and cheese doesn't grow on trees. Keep that in mind. It's not me saying this. It's the world saying this. Okay, it says 1 minute remaining. So this is looking good so far. So my friend couldn't run this game. So I'm hoping that it gets to 100% and it starts playing. And doesn't do what Yakuza Ishin did, which got to 18% and got stuck there. Didn't cancel, didn't error out. It just stayed there at 18% and never moved. That's why I get really scared when I see these installation pages, because I get the worry that it's just going to stay there and freeze. Will Ryan, what's happening? What's happening, bro? We playing some OneXPlayer PS3 emulation, and we're playing Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots, which is going to be the last game we test out tonight. How you doing, Will? I'm hoping that it runs, because I have a friend that's trying to get this to run and he can't seem to get it to run.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Kept you waiting, huh? Yes, you did. Thank you. Thank you for making me wait. Now, personally, I have never played this game, but this was one of my best friend's favorite games of all time. And so I'm looking forward to at least getting to gameplay, and hopefully we don't have to deal with movie clips at the beginning. The Lenovo Legion Go, I have not. I've heard stories. I heard it's good. Is that the one that was 8-inch or 8.4-inch screen, and it's like, I mean, a 10.4-inch screen? Something to that effect. There's a lot of these new devices coming out lately. I got a crash. Uh-oh. After all that waiting, Solid Snake decides to crash the PS3 emulator. So this must be what my friend is talking about. Now, let's try to run it again now that we did the installation, and hopefully it doesn't crash again. If it does, then there's a few things that we can try out in settings to try to get it to run. Oh, you left a video on my Discord? Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'll check it out. It might not be tonight because I'm a little tired, but I'll definitely check it out. All right, let's try to run it again. Sometimes I've noticed with the PS3 emulator, that games crash at random, and there's absolutely no reason for it. You turn it, you run the game again, and all of a sudden it's fine. So I'm hoping that's one of the cases here. If it's not, then I'm gonna try to turn the V-blink frequency down, leave it at 30 FPS instead of 60, and maybe that'll fix it. Nope. So I see what this is doing. This is doing the same thing. This is doing the same thing that Anarchy Reigns is doing. It will crash at the beginning intro. So is that game compatible? I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to do some research. But this is exactly what Anarchy Reigns does, and I almost made it to gameplay the last time I played Anarchy Reigns. And it did the same damn thing. Crash on the intro. So, what does this tell me? I don't know. But if I find a solution to fix it Anarchy Reigns, it might be the very same solution to fix it Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots. The thing is, I don't know, but as of right now, they're not playing. So we're going to have to see what we can do. I'll do some research and try to run some tests since I have the game anyway. And we'll see if we can get it to run and get past the intro. And that give me something to do at work tomorrow. Yeah. Definitely don't add this game to your collection until we can figure out how to fix this random crash. But you missed earlier. We played earlier today. We played Resistance 2. That plays beautifully. No crashes. Some performance issues in single player mode. Otherwise, it's mostly well. Neverdead surprisingly plays good. I could not get this game to play great on the 6800U. So the little extra bit of power that we got from the 7840U actually really helped Neverdead. Neverdead's playing really smooth in 30 FPS and higher, but it doesn't quite get to 60 FPS, unfortunately, even though it has the FPS supposed to be unlocked. So there's so many games, as you guys can see, that I want to test out. But unfortunately, I'm gonna have to end the stream there. What else did we play? We played I played a lot of stuff offline before I got on stream, so I could tell you guys what I played. I played Prince of Persia Trilogy 3D. That plays well. Bleach Soul Resurrection, Dot Hack Versus, Afro Samurai, Aquapaza, Arno Surge, Asura's Wrath from the last stream that we played. There was a lot of games I played. Oh, the Lenovo Go. Oh, you're going to be adding it to your collection. Oh, my bad. Yeah, I don't know too much about it. I'm going to have to do some research on it. I've only heard about it. I didn't actually see any gameplay. Another game that runs well on the PS3 emulator that I've tested is Crescent Pale Mist. As you guys see, I don't have too many PSN games, but I have Battle Princess Arcadia's Crescent Pale Mist, which is a classic, probably one of the first PS3 PSN games I've ever had. I have to try all of these God of Wars. I got the God of War Origins collection, God of War 3, God of War collection, God of War Ascension. That's something that people recommended me try out on video. I'm going to do that in the next stream. We got both the Infamouses. I went after every single game I could think of that might be worth playing, and every single game that was a PlayStation 3 exclusive that wasn't like region locked or something, or not working. Oh, you've been playing Diablo 4? That's actually a game I was thinking about picking up, but I never played any of the other Diablos, so I didn't want to just jump right into it. But I know it's a fun game. I see a lot of people playing it. It makes me want to get into it. Them top-down games I usually don't play, but that game actually looks pretty good. I've actually also played a game that I never thought I'd ever play. I never thought I'd ever play a pinball game. But let me tell you, there's this pinball game for the Sega Genesis that was super fun and addictive. It was called Dragons something. It was really good. It had me hooked. It had boss battles. It had bonus stages. I was like, I can't believe I'm sitting here playing a pinball game. That happened on Saturday. Anyway, guys, thank you for coming out and joining. I'm going to have to end the stream there because I'm going to go to sleep. Got a big day at work tomorrow. And I'll try to see if I can get back to it tomorrow. If I don't end up playing Street Fighter after work. More likely. I think it was Dragon's Hollow. I think it was Dragon's Hollow. I think that was the name of it. I know it was Dragon something. And it was a pinball game. It had epic music. I was like, yo, this is good, because I was playing it on my original Genesis. Because I have I recently picked up a what is this called? Show it to you. I recently picked up an EverDrive 64, or you can't see it. I mean, EverDrive Genesis, and I put all my games on there. Put it on my original Genesis cartridge, and that was a random game I clicked on, and I was like, yo, I'm hooked. This game is super fun. Really good music, boss fights in there, bonuses, and I just wanted to keep playing. I don't know what it was. I played that in Zombies Ate My Neighbors. I played those both games for hours over the weekend. I didn't stream it, but I was playing them. I probably should have streamed it, but I don't have a setup where I can stream my old video game systems. But yeah, that has been OneXPlayer 2 Pro EVA Edition, PS3 emulation, and we're gonna get back to playing some more PS3 games on stream another time, maybe tomorrow or the day after. Yeah? Well, you need to recommend me some good pinball games, because I didn't even know about this game, and this game came out like in 1988 or something, which is the year I was born. And I was shocked. I was having so much fun with it. I have a whole bunch of pinball games on my Hyperspin I never touched, because I figured I will never play a pinball game, because I figured that pinball games are boring. But I learned now that pinball games are actually a lot more interesting, so I'm going to start playing. I'm going to need some recommendations from you, Will. All right, guys, I'm going to end the stream there. Will, thanks for coming out. Everybody in that jumped in, thanks. Oh, yeah. Those pinball games on the Hyperspin, you know, I've never touched them. I've never even tried them. I never even tried one. I'm so ashamed. I have it all hooked up on my arcade machine back here where you can't see it because I have the green screen, but arcade machine back there is all hooked up there. So I know I'm going to actually probably this weekend mess around with some of them arcade games. So I'll be looking forward to that. All right, thanks. I'm sure you can see it in my eyes. I'm like super duper tired. But again, thanks for stopping by the stream, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. I'm going to try to see if I can, maybe not tonight, but tomorrow morning, I'll go through this video and try to put timestamps for all the games that we played. And yeah. All right, thanks again for stopping by. See you on the next one. Take care, Ryan.
Thanks for nothing, fellas. That was a pretty close one. Almost bought the farm back there. It's actually a miracle that I got away with it this time.
I found him! Over there!
Perfect shot!